Thank you very much. So I'm back and would officially start this ceremony. Sir Chief Michael Adeojo, OON, the founder and chairman of Board of Directors, Mr. Demola Adeojo, the managing director and chief executive officer of Elizade JC Autoland, Mr. Kunle Adeojo, who is absent, but we are recognizing him, Mr. Oye Hassan Odukale, Board of Directors as well, a member of the Board of Directors, Mr. Tayo, thank you, Mr. Tayo Akimade Ayinde, Chief of Staff, Lagos State, who is ably represented by the Deputy Chief of Staff, Lagos State, Mr. Boyega Shonyonwo, thank you. Temitope Aruna, Head Vehicle and Asset Finance, Nigeria, Stanbic IBTC. Thank you. Ireti Lola Lawal, Country Head of the Bank Solutions, Stanbic IBTC as well. Mr. Niyi Aro Malaron, Executive Director, Enterprise Services, LSDPC. Ali Baba, one of our influencers who is here present. I mean, we know Ali Baba, so a round of applause for him. Thank you. We also have Iyabo Ojo in our midst. Thank you so much for joining us. You are welcome. And to every single person who is here, you are special. And that's why we have you here today. It's an exclusive unveiling of J7. My name is Mojibade Shosoya, and it's my absolute delight to welcome you to this auspicious and historic occasion. You know, may I once again warmly welcome you as we officially unveil J7 The Sleek, brought to you by JSC Motors and, of course, Elizade JSC Autoland. You know, according to Charles Darwin, he says, and I quote, "It is not the strongest of species that survives, not the most intelligent, but the one that is most adaptable to change." And that speaks to innovation. Today, we'll be unveiling one of the most innovative cars you have ever seen. And we're delighted to have every single one of you here to witness the unveil with us. You know, may I once again welcome you to the future, because this is the future. Thank you. When we talk about partnerships, we cannot overemphasize the importance of partnerships and collaborations in business today. And what's better than having two giant companies come together? So we have a mix of JAC and we have a mix of Volkswagen. I mean, Volkswagen, we know that in Germany, we say that Germany is the world center for cars. So what you have here today is a collaboration and a very, strategic partnership between JSC Motors and Volkswagen. So I promise you that what we are about to unveil, it's something like you have never seen before. It's my honor once again to be a part of this auspicious occasion, and I warmly welcome every single one of you because you are special to us, and that's why we've invited you to first-hand experience this new car we are unveiling. So a round of applause for yourselves. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. As we move on this afternoon, it's my pleasure to introduce our board members, officially introduce them. I already did that, but I'll just officially introduce them and have the chairman and founder just give us a very warm welcome before we move on. So as I introduce them, can I ask that we please applaud them very loudly? Thank you very much. So first, I'll introduce Mr. Oye Hassan Odukale. He's a board director, Elizade JC Autoland. Thank you very much, sir, for being, on the board of such a visionary company who has gone into the future to foresee, customers' ever-changing demands for, not just luxury, but the future of the road and the future of automobile industry. Thank you. Next, I'll be recognizing Mr. Ademola Adeojo, the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Elizade JSC Autoland. Thank you very much as well, sir. In absentia, I will be recognizing Mr. Kunle Adeojo. He's also a board member. He's not here, but we're recognizing him. And thank you. And last, but definitely not least, I'll be recognizing the founder and chairman board of directors, Elizade JSC Motors. Can we please applaud him? Thank you very much, sir. We are all gathered here today to celebrate not just your visionary leadership, but to celebrate what the company has achieved so far and this brand new product. And a little birdie told me it was his birthday a few days ago, so we're also saying happy birthday to you. Thank you very much. We will now take the Managing Director's opening address. Please join me as I make welcome our Managing Director who will be giving us the opening address today, Mr. Ademola Adeojo. A round of applause. Thank you.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. I'm very glad that everyone is here and able to make this launch event. And I want to start by at least establishing the protocols for today. And of course, again, I welcome the chairman, founder, my father, Chief Michael Adeojo, and also one of our directors, Mr. Oye Hassan Odukale. Yeah, welcome again, sir. Unfortunately, my brother is feeling a bit under the weather, so he's unable to join us today. But then, I also want to recognize the representative of the Chief of Staff, Mr. Tayo Ayinde, Chief of Staff of Lagos State, ably represented by Mr. Boyega Soyowo. You're welcome, sir. And I also would like to recognize our partners in the house today, because our partners are really those who keep us going. All of our customers that are here present today, I see you. I see Mr. Demola Bidogo present. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us today. I see the representative of LSDPC, Mr. Niyaru Molaro. Thank you, sir, for being here with us. And also some of our bank partners, too, present with us today, who are not just important because they buy vehicles, but then they also finance vehicles on behalf of some of our customers. And so present are Wema Bank, Stanbic IBTC, UBA. I would like to really recognize all of you and thank you for being present today. So I think let me also recognize our media partners as well, because they are critical in helping us to get the word out there about what we are doing. So I'd like to welcome our media partners. I see Theo there at the back. You're welcome. And also our influencers here, we recognize you as well, because where will any one of us be without influencers cheering us on? So you are very, very welcome. You are very welcome. Yabo, you are very welcome, Alibaba. Thank you so much. And then also, I recognize my staff because they are so key to us being able to keep the company moving and going. And so I recognize you, all of you who are here today. And so I delve into my presentation. And I will be talking first about the automobile industry, just giving a snapshot of the history of the automobile industry in Nigeria. If you remember back in the 60s, 70s, 80s, the different brands that were dominating at that time, I'm sure you'll remember that it was the Europeans, the Americans, that were dominating, the British, that were dominating at that time. And you had different players as well. VW, and you had local assemblers, Ashok Leyland, back then Steyr, National Truck Manufacturer. You had all these different companies making vehicles in Nigeria. And, but then one thing that typically happens is that we experience shocks in the economy. And so whenever we experience shocks in the economy, and I mean, for example, you know, everybody remembers when SAP happened and when they launched structural adjustment program, such things like that, and the economy experiences a depreciation or a devaluation in its currency. What typically happens? You will see almost like some brands going less in their dominance, and then you see an uprise in other brands. And why does that happen? Because people are always constantly looking for value. And so people will look for value when these shocks happen, and they look for alternatives that can meet their needs, their price points. And so if you remember, in the 70s and in the 80s, mid-80s, you saw the Japanese begin to rise after the Europeans and the Americans and the British. Then the Japanese, became the dominant players. And of course with Toyota, Nissan, Mitsubishi, those Japanese brands coming into the forefront. And then, of course, what happened again is that you had the shock come in around about 2009, 2010, and then that gave rise to the Koreans. And then you saw the Koreans now, come into play. So you can observe trends. You can observe these cycles, if you can call it. But we had a game changer that came. And of course, the game changer is seated in our presence here. And everyone knows the impact of Chief Adeojo on the auto industry and how he satisfied the teeming needs of the market with a product that was well accepted in Nigeria. Until date, he has remained relevant in the industry, and his understanding of the trends in the market and industry prompted him to lay hold of a brand from China, as the Chinese brands were next in the line to give value to the market, especially one such as ours that is highly prone to currency devaluation and economical shocks. So, Chief Adeojo made his mark with Toyota, but he also understood the trends and the cycles in the market. So what do we then have? We have then the Chinese vehicle penetration. And not that the Chinese vehicles just came into the market. They've been here well over 10, 15 years. And they've been here for quite some time, but they have never had the kind of relevance that we are seeing in our market today. And so that goes again with the cycle of the Americans, the British, the Europeans coming, and then followed by the Japanese, and then the Koreans. And then today, again, given what is happening in the markets, which you are very well aware of, we see, once again, value being the real key to who is going to dominate again in the market. And so, Chinese brands are increasingly being accepted by Nigerians because they present the best value for money simply because of the economic realities of our country. And with that, so those are just some of the brands, models. And so what happened was that in 2013, we decided to introduce the JAC brand into Nigeria. And so, in 2013, we started with a product test for 4 years. Because as you know, our background was with Toyota. And we're doing very well with Toyota. But because we spotted the cyclical nature and the trends of the market, we felt that it was a very good idea and necessary for us to, again, look for a brand that can ensure that we remain relevant in the automobile space in Nigeria. And so in 2013, we became the distributors for JAC at a point when Chinese brands were being introduced into the market, but they had not yet gained dominance. And so, for that period, we did testings to make sure that could these vehicles really withstand the nature and the environment of the Nigerian roads and how we Nigerians even use our vehicles. You know, we don't always practice the best standards and practices in terms of vehicle maintenance. And you always need to take that into consideration. And so we did that test and ran that test, and we saw that these vehicles were actually strong enough to deliver value to Nigerians looking for alternatives. And so, in 2017, we decided to then formally launch. And at that time, that was when we built this facility, and we now launched the brand officially in the market. And then from 2021, the OEM, the manufacturer, actually from 2020, they began a partnership with VW. And this is key because as we are making our own long-term objectives and strategies, VW, who is a dominant player, is also making its own long-term strategies. And so part of their long-term strategy was actually to partner with JAC. And I'll explain a little bit more about that partnership as we go forward. And so from 2019 to 2021, we embarked upon working aggressively with the OEM to ensure that we improve upon the quality of the product. And as you know, I remember very well when in about 2010, we were actually offered the franchise of Kia back then. But then the quality wasn't so great, and we let it go. But then, we know that Kia has made inroads in the Nigerian automobile space. So we also felt confident in ourselves not to repeat that mistake again and work with the manufacturers to ensure that we're able to even improve on the quality of the vehicles that they were manufacturing. And this we definitely did, as we will show and prove today. Moving forward, so in the last 5 years, we've actually sold about 3,000 vehicles into the Nigerian market, and we are very proud of that. I believe that deserves a round of applause, if you don't mind. And of course, as stable performer is our pickup trucks, which you will see outside when we actually do the unveiling, and then move outside so that you can interact with our products. So what was our strategy? The devil is in the details. And so we've had to do an X-ray of our products and services to ensure they deliver more value to our customers while making them excited about our total value offering. Because we believe that, a vehicle is an exciting product. And I believe that when we unveil this J7, you're going to be excited about it. And then part of our strategy was to be customer-centric. We are using this opportunity to announce our priority customer package, which aims to give a 360-degree solution to challenges our customers face in their vehicular operations and maintenance. So this strategy, focusing on road to market, ensuring that we delve into the details of ensuring that our products and our services meet what our customers desire, and then being focused on our customers is yielding fruit. But then I want to talk a little bit about the industry challenges. There are three main categories. We have economic, the economy, we have government, and then we have the environment. I do apologize for the cuts in the... But on the economy, well, we are all very much aware of the economy of Nigeria. I think one of the big challenges, of course, is inflation rate, as you know. As of May now, inflation is 17.71%. I'm sure our bankers will confirm that. And of course, what inflation does is it drives up price. And of course, again, there's severe forex limitation in the market, making it difficult to even source for forex. And then when you even source for it, you are paying a very high price. So what this does is it tends to drive prices higher. And so when that happens, just as I said before, we're experiencing a shock right now, making therefore prices to go up, and then customers will begin to look for value. Customers will look for value when shocks happen. So we are facing those challenges in the economy. Also, government policies is also a challenge. We've seen inconsistent policies in the application of duty rates, for example, which, and I'll give you an example of that, where you see a situation where government will give with one hand and take it back with the other hand. What do I mean? For example, duty rate on the pickup, which is classified as a commercial vehicle, was 20%. But then, when the finance policy, which made commercial vehicles 10%, Customs changed the category of pickups from a commercial vehicle to a passenger vehicle and didn't tell anybody that they had done that. So we see inconsistencies like that in government policy. Also, policy on used cars, seriously hampering the growth of local manufacturing of new cars. I mean, there is no way we will be able to really grow the local manufacturing within the country if we allow for cheaper alternatives to be brought in without any form of control whatsoever. And I know government is always saying that they want to promote local manufacturing, but then government also must learn not to play politics with instituting right policies. Another challenge is the bureaucracy and red tape, even in the renewal of obtaining your manufacturing and assembly license. And I must let you guys know that when government came up with the auto policy in 2015-16 thereabout and implemented it, our founder, our chairman, was one of the first to build an assembly to produce cars locally. And then another challenge is lack of supporting policies to make the nation ready for the coming electric vehicle revolution. I hope that when combustible engines stop being manufactured, that we won't go back to horse and carriage in Nigeria, and we hope that the right policies will be implemented so that we can continue to have access to new vehicles, but now with a different technology, being electric. Then, another challenge, I move now from government policy to environmental challenges. If you know the damage that bad and poor quality level of fuel does to cars, we are aware of the 100 million liters of bad quality fuel. Remember, I'm sure you're aware of it. It damaged so many vehicles. So many vehicles. If it were in America, you can claim from government, you can claim damages back from government, but unfortunately, we cannot claim damages. But those are part of the environmental issues. Bad or poor quality level of fuel, fake parts is still a challenge. Substandard workshops, substandard skills is also a challenge, and it's environment, because, and it's connected to so many things: education, lack of access to proper technical schools, etc., that influence, eventually the kind of skill level that we have for repairing and servicing vehicles in our nation. So much so that now we want to begin to make our customers acutely aware of the dangers that they run into when they patronize roadside garages, roadside mechanics, because we've had so many customers who, in the bit of trying to be penny wise, then they are pound. I don't want to use the word, but you know what I'm talking about. Because why pay more when it a low-level or a lowly skilled technician works on your car, damages it, and then you now bring it back to the official dealer to now repair at much higher cost. So those are industry challenges, environmental challenges that we still face, but we believe we can overcome through continuous education of our customers and, letting these things be known. Let me take a moment to recognize someone who is important in our midst, who is here, Mr. George Onofowoko. Thank you. He has been sitting there quietly in his gambari, in his hat. So thank you very much. I want to move on to the VW partnership and talk in more detail about that. So, what happened was that in 2017, VW became interested in JAC. And like I said, because of part of their own long-term strategic goals and objectives. As you know, electric vehicles is going to dominate because that is the cycle of life. One technology will dominate and then come down, and then another technology rises and takes its place. So it's coming. Definitely, it is coming. And so part of the reason why VW decided to collaborate and work with JAC was primarily because of electric vehicles, first and foremost. And so they set up a joint venture, and today VW owns 75% of that joint venture. But then VW now thought, why don't I also buy the parent company of JAC, the producing arm, the vehicle manufacturing company. So JAC also bought, so VW also bought 50% of the shares of the group company. And so what this did is that the acquisition led to the collaborative efforts to improve the quality of the combustible engine vehicles produced by JAC, which led to the implementation of the VW vehicle production system. And so from the new VW and JAC partnership comes the introduction of the third generation of JAC passenger vehicles, and of course, one of the models is the one that we plan to unveil today. And so we have 4 of the new third generation products. You see them all outside. And we have the J7. That's the only sedan. It's not here, of course, but then we'll unveil it soon. And then we have the JS3, which is the smallest of the sedan. You can see the picture there. And then the JS4, which is slightly bigger. And then we have the JS8, which is the biggest. And the JS6, which is the most advanced yet of our model lineup, boasting a great array of technological innovations, and is available for your viewing here today. But only to you because the vehicle has not been officially introduced yet, but we will let you see a sneak peek of the vehicle to whet your appetite. And the JS8 is, the JS6 rather, is at the cutting edge of technology. As a matter of fact, it has voice control, so you can say, "Hello Siri," like you say to your iPhone, and the car will answer you. And if you say, "Overtake the car to my left," maybe you won't do that one. But cars are getting smarter, they're getting much more intelligent. Then we also have the T8 Pro, which is a pickup, which is also here, which is an improvement on the T6 pickup and offers customers further options as they choose between the imaginary line of quality, value, and price. So the new generation boasts such improvements as engine performance and more power. For example, the T8 boasts a 2.4 turbocharged engine, significantly boosting the power over the T6. The cooling systems also of these vehicles have been improved upon. The digital, everything is now on a digital layout, your screens. So gone are the knobs that we typically fiddle with in cars. The transmission systems also have had an overhaul. Fuel economy is better by the use of turbo because of bad emissions. So a lot of countries are forcing car manufacturers to produce vehicles that emit less carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. So a lot of them are reducing engine size, but boosting with turbo power. So gone are the days where manufacturers, you will see 5.0 liter engine vehicle. You won't see a 5.0 liter vehicle engine any longer. And what we have done is also to make very high features standard on these vehicles. So what is our geographical footprint? We can say now that virtually all states in Nigeria have our vehicles operating in them. And we're able to track this by our Know Your User principle, which is similar to the bank's Know Your Customer. I'm sure banks, Know Your Customer. We have Know Your User. So that is our own way of following our customers in order to obtain information about where their vehicles are being put to use so that we can arrange for maintenance and repairs, even if we don't have our own workshop outlets there, because we simply care that, hey, even if you are in a far distant location, we still want to know how to ensure that we can help you to get that vehicle serviced, that vehicle repaired. And then, vehicle financing is an area that is going to get very, very big in Nigeria. Why? Because of value. And what we have been aggressively doing is growing in this space, as we believe that car finance is going to take a new radical shape. And we want to be prepared for the new developments coming up in the car finance space. So we already have key partners who are here with us today. And we will continue to work with our partners. So to round up, we are really, really, really committed to building systems in the company, and systems that work for the overall satisfaction of our customers and embeds the performance of the organization within processes and not individuals. As we do this, you will realize that the JAC brand is your best partner in delivering value in today's market. Thank you so much for listening, and I look forward to interacting with all of you as the event.
Mr. Oluwatosin Adewi, Executive Director at First Bank of Nigeria. Thank you very much for making time to be here with us today. You know, whilst the Managing Director was making his presentation, I couldn't help but listen and note some important things that he had said. So one thing that you would experience here today is value. Not just value, but quality as well. They were deliberate about the partnership. I mean, they looked into the future and said, you know, how do we make this work? And then Volkswagen came on board, and we're here today to unveil one of the sleekest cars you would ever find. J7, the Sleek. It's my honor to be here today as your MC. And then he also talked about a product we'll be unveiling, and it's stronger and much more improved than anything you've ever seen. So once again, welcome, and thank you for joining us at this unveiling of J7, the Sleek. As we move on today, it's my honor to bring up the head of brand and marketing for JAC, for Elizade JAC Autoland, to speak to us about the product we are unveiling. Please join me as I make welcome Franklin Okotie. He'll be speaking to us and not unveiling, but just speaking to us about the product before we officially unveil the product. Can we have Franklin Okotie? Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Standing on existing protocols, Chairman, sir, MD CEO, Board of Directors, all protocols duly observed, and especially invited guests duly represented here. Thank you for having me here. My task today is seemingly very, very simple, but when you think of the car that we're trying to discuss, it makes my task even more difficult. Because from a marketing standpoint, we tried to give the car a name. And someone will ask me, why do you want to give a car a name? But I'll tell you something. When I say Big Daddy, you can relate to something, right? When I say Pencil Eye, you can relate with something. So we put a team of people in the room, and we showed them the car and told them a lot of things about the car. And one word came coming forth repeatedly, recurrently, and that was the sleek. Because of the sleekness of the car, people cannot imagine why a car would look this beautiful. But what makes this car beautiful is because you need to think of the product, the origin of the product. The J7, the Sleek, was designed by an Italian artist called Daniel Gallione, who had a hand in the design of the Alfa Romeo and the Maserati. No wonder the J7 has a waterfall grille front view that gives it a classic and elegant look that announces your arrival even before you step out of the car. It's not for everyone. It's for people that are aspirational. It's for people that want to resonate with class. It is for people that have found something they've been looking for. Today, I have the opportunity to tell you a few things. Let's put aside the emotional benefits of having the car, and let's talk about the functionality. The design, especially with the partnership with Volkswagen, understood this market because of the fuel consumption. And think about the fuel consumption with a 1.50 turbocharged engine. 1.50 turbocharged engine makes you know that that car is a very, very fast car, especially for a four-cylinder car. And the fact that it's fast does not make you furious, because the automatic braking system gives you your safety with the 6 curtain airbags surrounded in the car. don't go too far while I talk to you about the driving experience. The car helps you to be very, very responsible. Everyone in life wants to be in control. You want to be in control of what you do. You want to multitask. So you can actually have a Zoom meeting on the go. You can have a Teams meeting on the go. Connecting your car, you're just with the connection of your USB to the car, you can take an entire control of your mobility. And that resonates with our vision of enabling mobility. I'll tell you something, and a little bit of experience. The understanding of this market has to do with the challenges of people having to manage their cost and free cash flow. So with a full tank, for instance, you can drive from here to Eleko, and just 2 bars will move from the dashboard. That is economical. And that full tank is just about 9,000 naira. Isn't that amazing for a fast driving car? Ladies and gentlemen, I don't intend to tell you so much, because sometimes on the positive side, experience is the best teacher, not on the negative side. So I'd like to whet your appetite a bit while we wait for the unveil. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you very much. You know, if I walked into the room while Mr. Franklin was speaking, I would have said, Chairman, sir, can you please make him the head of brand and marketing? But unfortunately, he already is. He did a good job at whetting our appetite. Thank you very much. So that's thank you. I think he deserves a round of applause. Because as he was speaking, I'm just thinking, what's my account balance? How many cars can I afford right now? Because he was really doing a good job. All right, thank you very much. I'd like to quickly recognize Honorable Ayodeji Joseph, Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of LSDPC. Thank you very much for joining us today. We'll now take a product video just before we take customer testimonials of people who have been our customers for a bit. Can we have the product video now? Thank you. And I'd like to ask that we focus on the screen. Thank you.
Now let's take a tour. This car is designed with an abundance of trailblazing features that harness the latest technological breakthroughs to move you from your takeoff point to your destination in turbo speed. J7 the Sleek presents a sporty waterfall intake grille as its unique front design and well-detailed LED headlamps forming a stunning front appearance. And the unique threading rear backlight gives the car design a wider and sporty appearance with a streamlined hatchback body. The tail lift has an elevated height to take in bigger items when opened. By the way, you don't need to touch the key to open the trunk or the car doors. The sensor button on your car key controls all the locking and unlocking features, even while in your pocket. The future you used to chase is now at your doorstep. With just one touch and a sensor button, powered by an automatic ignition, the state-of-the-art interior design is conceived for maximum comfort, quality leather seats and a dashboard that is classy and beautiful to behold. The car seat is spacious with very extended legroom and a second seat row that integrates with the trunk to provide adequate space to accommodate more luggage with a capacity of up to 6 suitcases at a time. The LCD cluster helps to change the display colors on the dashboard to red, gold and blue with controls on the steering, whilst the dynamic breathing and unique ambient lights moves and changes colors with the rhythm of your music. J7, the Sleek, has a unique central console in front of the car and a dynamic instrument panel that allows you to feel the modern life. Almost every feature of the car can be operated from the entire console with zero stress or hassle. This console also has a digital multimedia kit compatible with Android and Apple devices. Once your USB cable is plugged in, It allows you to control phone features like maps, messaging, music, WhatsApp, and many more on the car dashboard. Quality is never an accident. It is always the result of high intention, sincere efforts, intelligent direction, and skillful execution. So, here's why the JAC J7 represents the wise choice of many alternatives. Imagine riding a car with a 1.5 turbocharged engine and a 4-cylinder composition that can take you to new heights at an optimum speed, yet very economical fuel consumption. No more getting left behind. Enjoy fast driving and worry less with an efficient braking system that guarantees your safety at a high reaction and stopping braking distance. The car's stability, balance, and spacious dimensions are second to none, that you wouldn't even notice the bump on the road. There is nothing as important in life than having a clear vision. The cutting-edge 360 camera sensor of the J7 detects nearby objects and shows you clear pictures of your surroundings. You get to enjoy a wider look through the panoramic roof that opens all the way to give you a bird's eye view of your surroundings. This function works well with your lane departure to prevent collisions with cars or objects coming behind or beside you, making your driving smoother, safer, and more efficient. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams and live out its reality. Drive through every single moment in the new JAC J7, the Sleek. And when you arrive, your energy introduces you even before you speak. This is not a dream, it's a reality, because the all-new J7, the Sleek, is now here in Nigeria.
Build this masterpiece, this futuristic car that we have here. I'd like to invite two of our customers. I mean, every customer is distinguished, but we'll just take two of our customers for time to give their testimonials. First, I would have the Deputy Chief of Staff, Lagos State, Mr. Boyega Shoyonwo. Can we applaud him as he comes up stage? Thank you very much, sir. We are honored to have you here.
Mr. Chairman, sir, my work here has been made easy. One, because the compare of the MC has described the car in a particular manner that is quite interesting. And then the head of brand marketing has also done his best to that extent. And we know that the story and the history of the Elizade brand and the JAC partnership and of course the VW and JAC in total has also been well dealt with Mr. Demola here. So I'll go straight to what I'm here to do. I'm here to represent Mr. Tayo Ayinde, my colleague, and that's the Chief of Staff, and I'm the Deputy Chief of Staff. So I'll start with recognizing Mr. Chairman, sir, Chief Michael Adeojo, OON, Founder, Chairman, EOD. Mr. Demola Adeojo, MD, CEO. Mr. Kunle Adeojo in absentia. And of course, my Egbo, Mr. Oye Hassan Odukale, Director. And all other protocols duly observed. Kindly let me stand on existing protocols, sir. May I continue, sir? Yeah. Okay. Now I'm here to read the speech of Mr. Tayo Ayinde. Remarks by Mr. Tayo Ayinde, Chief of Staff to the Governor of Lagos State at the official launch and press conference of J7, the Sleek, on Thursday, 16th June 2022 at Elizade Jack Autoland, Mobalaji Bank, Anthony Way, Ikeja. On behalf of the government of Lagos State, it is my delight and pleasure to felicitate with the management of Elizabeth Jack Autoland Limited on this special occasion of the official launch of a new addition to its brand, J7 The Sleek. We are proud of our partnership with Elizabeth Jack Autoland Limited, a relationship that has spanned over 5 years. During this period, the company has proven to be reliable, a reliable supplier of high-quality Jack vehicles for the mobility of our officials. You would notice prior to Mr. Demola was mentioning the issue of, mentioned the issue of quality and the company having test run their products for quite a while. I can attest to the quality of Jack Autos, not this new one. Of course, this new one will be better. But I know that you're sure that, and I'm sure you're aware that Lagos State, we buy so many Jack pickup trucks for our security personnel all over the town, and they are so effective. What is so wonderful about Jack Autos is that they have spare parts. We don't have issues with maintenance and all that. So let me go back to the speech. It is also worthy to mention that Jack pickups and ambulances were found very effective to facilitate operations during the peak period of COVID-19 pandemic in the state. As a testament to and in recognition of the robust relationship between the state government and the company, the J7 model being launched today had earlier been presented to us for assessment, and I would like to say that we are excited and impressed with its quality and aesthetics. We have no doubt that the new model will make a successful entry into the auto market just like the brands before. Once again, I congratulate you and wish you more success in the years ahead. I thank you for this opportunity. Thank you very much. You can see my work is easy.
Thank you very much here today. I'd quickly like to recognize Dr. Abdulrazak Balogun, Executive Secretary and CEO of Lagos State Security Trust Fund, who is ably represented by Ms. Adobe Nwakoro. Thank you for joining us today. All right, thank you. Our second and final review and testimonial will be taken by Mr. George Olutope Onofowokon, Chief Executive Officer, Coleman Technical Industries. Can we please make him welcome with a round of applause? Thank you.
Good afternoon. First, recognition of the chairman, Chief Adeojo, my dear brother, Demola. I would like to stand on the existing protocol, if permitted. For me, it's all about him being a friend, but the brand, first and foremost. For me, it's all about how do we sell a brand that is here for not today, for tomorrow. How do we create something that we can all stand on and say we started well, but not only finished well, but finished to last a generation and generation thereafter. What they're building at Elizabeth JC is what I see. From the private sector, it's different. We're looking for value. We're looking for value that will stretch our money, especially in Nigeria today. You need it to stretch as long as possible. And that is what they bring to the table. And that's the reality. I'm talking not as a government body, but as a private sector that has bought. I think my first buy was about 6 vehicles on day one, and for our sales team. And we were very worried. I actually told them, I said, well, are you sure that your car will last? But today, 2-3 years after, they're still going. And that shows service, parts, availability. That's what makes a car. first and foremost. And that we must give them kudos for having put a brand in place and put the support in place for that brand to work. Now, from my own side, I haven't seen the car new yet, and I know we already have issues because I'm already buying one other vehicle, which is talked about already, the T8. And I told him, I said, I'm going to be his biggest brand ambassador going forward. Not because he's a friend, it's because he's selling the right quality. What we do not appreciate most is when people actually stand for quality and service. And that's what I've seen the Elizade JAC has done. For us, when we're selling a product that is quality-based, you really want to buy another product that is quality-based. And that is what they have. For me, that's my own experience. For others that are yet to experience it, I advise you, don't wait long and don't let it pass you. It's a brand to be with. It's a brand to go for. It's a brand that will last you for value for your money. I wish you well.
Thank you very much, sir. You know, when your customers volunteer themselves to be your unofficial brand ambassadors, then you know you have done something right. So once again, congratulations to Elizade JAC Otolan. A round of applause for them. I mean, we've heard customers say very impressive stuff about the brand, then they have gotten something right and they have done something right. So if you're not yet on board, I don't know what you're waiting for. We will now officially launch and unveil this car, but we won't do that without hearing from a visionary leader, an exemplary leader, an excellent leader. I mean, you know I'm talking about the chairman, board of directors, and founder of Elizade JAC Otolan. Please join me as I make welcome Sir Chief Michael Adeojo, OON, for his goodwill message today. Thank you very much.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. First, I want to thank you for finding the time to be here, to watch what my boy of yesterday used to do. I mean, it's answered prayer. And what can I say? I mean, you've listened to him, you have listened to customers, but I thank God that I gave him very hard training. I did not spare them. Not him alone, they talk, I don't care what they say, but I know where I want them to go. And you can see the proof. Now, I'm sure they are convinced that I'm not a wicked person. If you want to spoil your friend, throw away the cane. They had a lot of it. A lot. They thought I'm a wicked father. But here is the proof today. So, the only thing I can say, I thank the Almighty God for leading me to adopt the way that I adopted in bringing these people up. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for your exemplary and visionary leadership. I think we can all attest to the fact that that is very obvious. We see the results, yes, and we see, the benefit to the entire society and Nigeria as a whole. Thank you so much, sir. Another round of applause for our founder and the chairman board of directors. Thank you once again. And happy birthday. I mean, if you have birthday gifts for him, it's okay. I'll receive on his behalf. It was his birthday a few days ago. All right. Chairman, board of directors, our very distinguished guest. This is the moment we have all been waiting for. We will officially unveil J7 the Sleek in a few seconds, but I would like to invite a few people to handle the unveil. Can we, with a round of applause, please join me as I make welcome Ali Baba. Thank you very much. We have the delectable Iyabo Ojo who would also join us. Thank you very much. Yvonne Jagede will join us as well. Thank you very much for being here. We'll then have the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Elizade JAC Autoland, Mr. Ademola Adeojo, whom his father is so proud of. And finally, we would have the Executive Director, Mr. Oye Hassan Odukale, join us as well for the official unveil. Very distinguished guests, this is a very symbolic moment. This is a very symbolic moment, so I want us to please watch as we officially unveil J7 the Sleek. Absolutely stunning. I'm sorry. Thank you very much. I mean, I think the reaction says it all. This is a very stunning car. I mean, looking at the physique alone tells us how beautiful it is, but you can't even imagine the features and the digital technology that has been put into this. We heard the managing director say cutting-edge technology. Oh my goodness, I can't wait to experience this car. So every single person here was handpicked to experience this car firsthand before we officially go into the market. So congratulations once again, and thank you to everyone for joining us today. We are not done, so just hold on a bit. We'll now take a quick photograph. Can we have, okay, sir, please, we'd like to have you in the photograph. Thank you very much. The key, okay. Please hold it. But we can take photographs by the backdrop for starters. The key will arrive very shortly, but we'll take group photographs very quickly before we have a Q&A session. This is a very lovely car, and it's in red, my favorite color. So maybe I'll go home with this. Thank you, sir. Now I understand why it was called the Sleek, because it's absolutely very sleek. No, this song is so appropriate for the car because this is the car you use to booga. So if you really want a booga, you can get your own. And interestingly, I hear there is an offer. So allow the managing director to announce the offer on the car by himself. Ladies and gentlemen, may I now present to you J7 the Sleek. So we'll have a quick photo session, very quick, and then we'll have the MD announce a very special offer for J7 the Sleek before we take questions and answers about this new beauty that has just been unveiled. Once again, congratulations to Elizade JAC Autoland on the official unveiling of this iconic masterpiece that is called J7 the Sleek. Right after the photo session, we'd also have the managing director announce to us the incredible offer that we have on this vehicle today.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Franklin talked about, the MC mentioned the offer that we intend to make today. So we are making this offer for the only limited to 10 vehicles, 10 units. So if somebody wants to take all 10 or one, but we are giving a price, a discount of 1 million naira of either the flagship version, which is this one we have here, or the luxury version. So 1 million naira of the price of the vehicle. So this is retailing at 18.5 million, so you get 1 million naira discount off, but limited to those who place their orders today and limited only to 10 units. Thank you very much.
A whopping 1 million naira off the original price of the car. Wow, thank you so much for being very magnanimous, Elizade JAC Autoland. So 1 million naira off 10 vehicles if you would like to purchase today. So that offer is available today, 1 million naira off the vehicle if you are purchasing today. We also have other vehicles on display right outside this hall if you would like to view them. But just before then, we'll take questions and answers. So right after the Q&A session, you can step outside to view more variations of the car. Thank you very much to everyone who is here to celebrate with us and to witness this historic moment as we unveil J7 the Sleek. If you have any questions about this new car that has been unveiled, that is J7 the Sleek, please wait behind for the press conference. However, we will now take the vote of thanks from Mr. Biola Odukomaya, the General Manager Sales at Elizade JAC Autoland. Thank you very much. He will be giving us the vote of thanks. Let's make welcome Mr. Biola Odukomaya.
Thank you very much, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. My name is Abiola Odukomaya. It is a pleasure to give a vote of thanks at our first of its kind product launch event. While standing on existing protocols, I want to say a big thank you to board members, representatives of the Lagos State Government, bank partners, esteemed customers, and members of the press present. We hope you have had an exciting time with us and wish you a safe journey back to your respective destinations. Thank you once again.
And I've been living fast life, but I see it in slow. Oh no, and you see my lifestyle, I got G's in the tub. See many people there outside with the feet.
Thank you very much, Mr. Biola Odukomaya, for your warm vote of thanks. We have now officially come to the end of this ceremony, but we have light refreshments outside for all our guests. We also want you to experience the other cars and the different variations that are outside. My name is Mojibade Shosoya, and it has been my absolute delight being your compare at the official unveiling of J7 The Sleek, courtesy Elizade JAC Autoland. Thank you very much to all our guests for coming, and we appreciate you. Once again, congratulations to Elizade JAC Motors. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon, but if you have questions, please wait behind for the press conference. You can ask all your questions during the press conference. Have a lovely afternoon. Thank you.
Oh no, I'm a Sandy defender like Joseph Yobo. My girl say she want Netflix and chill, so I chatty get if I want it. If you fall in love, fairly certain, you go to breakfast, I'm not capping. Can you see people, I'm not catching. I'm not faking this, no fugazi. You see these feelings, I'm not catching. I'm on quest and feet, I just want it. If I broke, now my business. I'ma show you go buy to all I care for the night. If I broke, now my business. I'ma show you go buy to all I care for the night.
Say now my love you didn't need for your life. Yeah, our love no be lie. Say yeah we did together, yeah, day and night. Yeah, if I leave you go by. Yeah, if you leave I go stroking by. Your body, baby, loving your body, baby, as you're whining your body, baby, so crazy. Loving your body, baby, girl you want it to me. I just wanna let you know. Hope every day
you don't need no other body. You don't need no other body. Only you feel on my body. Only you feel on my body. I prayed for this moment. I would be by your side. And I don't wanna forget those lonely nights. Ooh, so tell me that you gon' ride with me. Tell me that you never lie to me. I just wanna make you proud of me. Want you loving every side of me. I love the rhythm of your heartbeat, the way you pushing up on me. I can tell that you want me. Let me show you how it's gon' be. You don't need no other body. You don't need no other body. Only you can hold my body. Only you can hold my body. You don't need no other body.
Hey baby, everybody's the same. No one loves you like this. No one wants you the same way.
Till the morning, my head wants to turn your loving. I just wanna get you beside me.
Give me all you need, give me all you need, give me all you, give me all you need, give me all you need, give me all.
Make I give you all you need, every touch you need. Give you all, make I give you all you need, baby. Yeah.
You don't need no other body.
I'm feeling vibes on vibes, I'm a ticking dynamite. I blow your candle lights, you know I'm just that type. No, them no fit kill my vibe, them no fit kill my vibe, them no fit kill, them no fit kill, them no fit kill my. Wise man said, follow the stars, there you shall find a piece of advice. If you hit your enemies, enemies shine. If you're not a friend of me, enter the light, 'cause you can never kill my vibe. Got here with no sacrifices, everything was taken, still had to make it. Vibe killer, me I no go take shit. Vibe killer, bloody somebody time. Protect my energy from your bad aura. Then my pastor say I be my healer, everything I desire. I go receive my rhythm, flow like a river. If you get yawa, come on go and sit down. I go just para, come off my jigger. I go just follow my dream. I'm feeling vibes on vibes. I'm a ticking dynamite. I blow your candle lights. You know I'm just that type. No, they don't fit kill my vibe. They don't fit kill my vibe. You know fit kill, you know fit kill, you know fit kill my vibe. Oh my baby, your love is for you. Give me loving, no good on you.